Phase is a critical aspect to the functionality of the new catalyst sequencer from the 4MS company. Phase determines what step of the pattern the sequencer will begin playing from, which is different than changing the starting step of the sequence. Let's explain further today on the Modular Minute. We'll start with some context on how this patch is configured so we understand what's happening. Channels 1 and 2 of the catalyst are sending pitch and gate information respectively to the ARP2600. Channel 8 of the catalyst is sending a gate on every step to a separate sequencer, basically sending out a clock signal. That second sequencer is triggering our drum pattern and is configured to reset to step 1 every time the clock stops and starts again. We have a simple sequence programmed on the catalyst. It moves up one note of a major scale across 8 steps. Right now, the phase of the catalyst sequencer starts at the first note of the scale. We can adjust the phase so that it can start at a different note. Now, you'll notice that the first note of the scale is no longer playing with the first note of the drum pattern. Let's observe what happens if we set the start of the sequence to be step 2. We have now just eliminated that step entirely. However, our sequence length is still set to be 8 steps, so instead of a seamless wrap, we have a silence on step 1. We can adjust our length to be 7 steps in order to remove that gap. Now we have this sort of 7 against 8 feel. So to recap, phase affects where in the cycle the sequence begins playing, while start has an effect on the entire length of the sequence. Hope this was helpful, and of course a huge thanks to our friends at the 4MS company for helping with this video. Happy patching.